Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to the final edition of Bengal Magazine for this year. And on today's show, the boss joins us, Jerry Boyes, the Director of Athletics here at Buffalo State. We're going to wrap up the season both athletically, academically, and do a little community outreach talk as well. And then Melissa Smith joins us from women's soccer. Melissa is the Ruth Houston Award winner for career achievement as a Bengal. And then Mike DeLaVergne, the outstanding goaltender for the hockey team. Mike is the Hugh Koller Award winner for career achievement. So Mike's going to talk a little hockey and his career coming up. We have Matt Schaefer with Bengal Update, of course, and the Tim Hortons Athlete of the Week. So stay with us. We'll be right back with the boss, Jerry Boyes. Well, welcome back, everybody. We're joined now by Jerry Boyes, the Director of Athletics here at Buffalo State, and our boss. And we always like to have Jerry on to reflect back on a year that was. And it's been, you know, I do the research and I'm like, wow, this has been quite a year. So let's compartmentile, is that the right word, this? And we're going to start with athletically some achievements. And I think the big major story was women's soccer this year.
Yeah, Tom, they kind of have set a bar, you might say.
Absolutely.
And I'm hoping that our other teams, in particular with our awards banquet that we had this past Sunday, with all of our student athletes there and the recognition that they received, that they aspire to.
Right.
So that great job, and it's really been in the works with Coach DeMarsh and how he's developed this program and to being SUNYAC champions this past year.
I felt this excitement come across the staff about hosting an NCAA tournament match game. That was an exciting time where we were hosting a women's soccer NCAA tournament game.
Well, you know, Tom, it's a big deal.
It is, absolutely.
To have the season that they had qualify for, and host
correct
an NCAA game. And so that's kind of the epitome. That's the goal.
Yep.
That's a standard that we would like to see us throughout all of our sports.
Yeah, absolutely. Men's soccer also. Again, the playoffs. That program has to make you feel pretty good the way that's moving along under Coach Mark Howlett.
That's. You know, Tom, leadership is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then also you have to have the skill set, the players, to make it all happen. But our soccer programs,
yes,
I'm just so excited about, and it starts with the leadership of both programs.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark, in his 3 short years here, has done great things with that men's soccer program, and I see greater things on the horizon. So, that's something we want to capsule, and let's get that to be contagious.
Yeah, and the alumni are coming back for both programs. It's just it's a wonderful thing to watch. Moving it then to the winter, and I always think of our hockey programs very, very successful. And I kind of consider them under the radar a little bit in terms of Western New York, and people don't realize what kind of programs we have, both men and women.
You know, it is kind of too bad, Tom, because we're, in terms of the SUNYAC conference, we're the only city, campus, you might say,
right?
And because of that, we're in the shadows a little bit.
Sure.
Professional sports, and then Division I.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the Division IIIs.
Right.
I dare say that if we were in that small town, Brockport, Fredonia, Geneseo, whatever, that they would be getting more
right
press,
right,
more recognition because of that. Because we're right there with those programs.
Absolutely.
And Coach Moxley and Coach Murphy, very similar to the development and the programs of where I compare them to our Soccers.
Sure.
just do a great job recruiting, but are extremely knowledgeable coaches that know their business.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly athletically, that's what we're here for, but they're called student athletes, and I know the academic successes of our programs are very important to you. We hosted the Scholar Athlete Academic Luncheon, 103 Scholar athletes representing, about 46% of our student athletes making a 3.0 or better. How does that make you feel, boss, as the athletics director, but also somebody who oversees the student athletes?
Well, Tom, to me, I couldn't be more proud to be the athletic director at Buffalo State, because our athletics is well integrated into the academic life here at Buffalo State, and starting from the top. And down through the coaches and the staff, the student athletes know why they're here.
Right.
And they come here for a reason. A lot of times they chose Buffalo State because of the coach, because of the success of the programs, because they want to major in education, and there's a lot of colleges that have that major. So they could have gone to any college, but they chose Buffalo State for athletic reasons more than maybe the academic reason. But they're here, and they know that, and it comes right from the first time they set their foot on our campus.
Absolutely.
That they're here to get that education, to graduate in 4 years, and move on and be contributing members to our great society.
Absolutely.
So it's the total package, Tom.
It really is. And then, adding to that total package, right, is the community outreach, the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours that our student athletes do. And we're just coming off really 3 recently: Yards for Yardley, awareness for sexual violence on campus, the Units Blood Drive, which is a huge success, and then the Be a Match program. And those were all within the last 3 weeks. That's got to be very gratifying too to you.
It really is, Tom. And the involvement of our student athletes in those 3 areas was just to be commended.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's they get that piece that, yes, they're involved with their athletic career, they're involved with their academic, but there's a give back piece as well, and that's the community piece, and we ask them to do that, and it's amazing the response we get out of that, and that just adds to the total experience and what become great memories that they will have and take with them.
Yep.
That will last their lifetime.
Sure, part of being an urban engaged campus, as our president likes to say. About a minute left, the director's telling me, but we have some interesting, fun things coming up, exciting things in terms of our facilities, the arena and Koller Field. Can you give us a quick timetable on those upgrades?
Well, certainly by the winter season starting, all these will be done. Lights are going on Koller Field, so that's just a tremendous addition. And then inside, right after commencement, they'll be replacing our indoor track and the bleachers and our arena, and redoing the locker rooms, the sport locker rooms in the arena. And those are the crucial part of that. Comes down to recruiting.
Sure.
It continues to be an arms race, even at Division III.
Doesn't it, though?
So when parents and prospective student athletes come in, they see these things.
Yeah.
And we can compare to anybody indoor-wise. It's the outdoor facilities that we have work yet to do.
Very good. Well, Jerry, enjoy your summer. Take a couple days off, go play some golf. We'll see you back here in August and September. We're going to take a quick break, but before we do, I do want to remind you of the Bengal Club Golf Classic. It is July 10th at Briarwood Country Club. All the information is on your screen right now, but if you'd like to support the 400 student athletes here at Buffalo State, give my office a call at 878-6514 or send me an email. It's on your screen. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're talking to Melissa Smith from women's soccer. Stay with us.
No matter who you are
or where you're from,
You are welcome here. Tú eres bienvenido.
مرحبا أهلا وسهلا.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome.
You are welcome here.
Well, congratulations are going out to Ronnie Cordrupo, this week's Tim Hortons Athlete of the Week. The dietetics and nutrition major set a school record and won 2 events at the St. John Fisher Classic on Saturday. The sophomore shattered the school record in the 1500 by nearly 8 seconds with a winning time of 4:42.75. She also crossed first in the 800 in 2:20.37. So congratulations to Ronnie Cordrupo, this week's Tim Hortons Athlete of the Week. And this segment of Bengal Magazine is brought to you by Tim Hortons Perfect Pairings. Get any sandwich of your choice plus any side, like the Turkey Bacon Club with a side of crispy potato wedges for just $5.99. How about that, Melissa? $5.99, that's a deal. We are joined now by Melissa Smith from women's soccer, the outstanding women's soccer player, and I am not underestimating that at all. She has taken away some hardware. She is the Female Athlete of the Year here at Buffalo State, but probably more importantly, she's also the winner of the Ruth Houston Career Achievement Award. And I'm delighted to have Melissa. She's one of my all-time favorites. I don't mind telling you that. Let's go back a few years, okay? You've been on the show before, but I don't think I've ever asked. You came from Pitt Bradford. You decided to transfer in a couple years ago to Buffalo State. What was that decision-making process like for you, Melissa?
Actually, my mom's the one who kind of mentioned it to me.
Okay.
And I was kind of with the idea because I wanted to be an education major. And my mom's like, well, Buff State has a really good education program. You might as well get it in New York State than in Pennsylvania. So I was like, okay. So she called Nick because I wasn't allowed to talk to him at that point in time.
Well said, Melissa. Well said.
So I got a release form, and then I started contacting him. And actually, Nick DeMarche did everything for me.
How about that?
Yeah, he's literally the reason why I'm here.
So no nerves coming in. I mean, obviously Nick knew of your talent, and you come in and kind of fit right in, or was it a bit nerve-wracking those first few practices?
It was nerve-wracking because I've played for Nick for club.
Yeah.
And I know he's kind of the type of person, if you don't perform, you're not playing. So I was like, great, I'm going to go from playing every minute of every game to coming here. And I was like, I don't know the team. I don't know anyone. So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to play. This is nerve-wracking. But maybe towards the end of spring season, it felt better and I felt okay.
Well, as they say, I think you've done well. And let me tell the viewers what this young lady has done. She obviously was Conference Offensive Player of the Year this year, ECAC All-Star, first team All-Region. She had 15 goals this year. You end your career 5th best in women's soccer with 64 points, including 25 goals. What's really interesting, only 41 games. So, yeah, I think you've done pretty well. And now here we are, graduation's coming up, commencement's coming up. I'm kind of curious, is it a sigh of relief, or are you like, I can't believe it's over? I mean, how are you looking at things right now?
The school part is very sigh of relief. I can't wait to be done with school.
I knew you were going to say that.
I still wish I had couple more seasons to play, especially after this one.
Yeah, I bet. When you look back on it all, even Pitt Bradford and then Buffalo State, what will stick out the most to you?
The SUNYAC championship.
Tell me about that.
Honestly, during the game, I looked up at the clock and there was a minute left. And I was I didn't believe there was a minute left. And I was like, oh my gosh, something's going to happen and they're going to score. So I'm freaking out. And then there was 30 seconds left. I was like, they're still going to score.
Yeah.
And then the buzzer beats and I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this just happened.
Yeah. And it's really a culmination for you and the rest of your teammates. I'm sure, did you not think that when the season started, we've got a chance here?
Going into it, I wasn't really sure because, we lost Gabe, we lost Megan Allen, we lost Christina Change.
Absolutely, right.
So 3 main players, and I was like, is someone going to fill in that position?
Mm-hmm.
But everyone did, and it was amazing to actually watch.
Yeah. You've had great memories here, obviously. I'm kind of curious, what's the greatest memory? What are maybe the top 2 great memories? Maybe the SUNYAC is one, but maybe something personally?
I just think the whole soccer experience was probably the best part of college for me, from traveling to just Nick DeMarche being Nick DeMarche sometimes.
Wow. Okay.
He's funny.
Yeah?
He's funny. Some people
I haven't seen that humor
No,
yet.
yeah, some people
I've been
never
here
seen
15
it.
years.
No, he's funny.
No, okay.
Especially after a win. He's funny.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah.
That's he has said earlier when I asked him about you, he said she hates losing more than she likes winning.
Yeah.
True, false? What does that all mean?
If we win, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm excited, but it's like whatever, there's still another game. But if we lose, I'm like very angry afterwards.
Wow.
And he knows how to push my buttons afterwards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. We have about a minute left, so let's do a little rapid fire because
Okay.
you mentioned. If I mention these words, what comes to your mind right away? Okay, winning,
SUNYAC championship.
Buffalo State,
SUNYAC championship.
wow. Soccer,
Nick DeMarche.
scoring,
SUNYAC championship.
Nick DeMarche.
Best coach I ever had.
Aw, and he didn't even give me $20 to say that. That's amazing. So, what's next? You were an education major. Now you're telling me, we have about a minute left. Now you're telling me maybe you're not an education major, but what's next? Is there soccer in your future? What's the career path hold for you right now?
I'm kind of looking into coaching right now.
Okay.
So I'm kind of giving that a little go for the summer, and hopefully I can like coach with my high school coach next fall, but we'll see. I'm actually going to a 2-year program for radiology technology because I want to
Wow.
do sonograms and stuff.
Fantastic.
So I have a lot to look forward to.
You sure do. Fantastic. Well, we are going to miss you in many different ways, and we congratulate you on a great season and an absolutely great career, Melissa.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on the show. We are going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, Mike DeLaVergne, the outstanding goaltender for the Bengals, joins us. He is the Hugh Koller Award winner. Stay with us.
Hello everyone and welcome to the final edition of Bengal Update for the year. I'm Matthew Schaefer with a recap of news, scores, and a look at upcoming events surrounding Buffalo State Athletics. Buffalo State Athletics held its first ever Benji Award show this past Sunday in Rockwell Hall, celebrating the outstanding team and individual accomplishments of the 2016-2017 seasons. The revamped version of the annual athletics banquet was a theater-style award show a la the ESPYs and the Oscars. In addition to paying tribute to the 59 seniors in the class of 2017, Buffalo State handed out 9 Benjis to the evening's top honorees and recognized the Golden Bengals Service Award recipient, Mike Brown from Campus Services. The event concluded with the presentation of a retirement gift to Dr. Hal Payne, who served nearly 3 decades as Vice President for Student Affairs, overseeing significant growth in intercollegiate athletics. For a complete recap of award winners and to watch the event online, head on over to buffalostateathletics.com. To jump back to the field, for the second consecutive week, Buffalo State softball's Allie Block was honored by the SUNYAC Conference, this time earning Conference Pitcher of the Week honors. Block was a perfect 3-0 in the circle this week, helping the Bengals secure a playoff spot as the number 4 seed. She posted a 1.47 ERA with 19 strikeouts and 19 innings pitched and allowed just 14 hits and 5 walks. The sophomore also helped herself at the plate, going 3 for 8 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 walks. The honor comes a week after Block was named the conference's Athlete of the Week. Block and the rest of the softball team open the SUNYAC Championships at host Cortland this Thursday. The Bengals will be taking on the number 3 seeded Plattsburgh Cardinals at 1 p.m. to kick off its run in the double elimination tournament. To stick with playoff news, women's lacrosse fell to Geneseo Wednesday in the SUNYAC quarterfinals. We'd like to wish them congrats on a great season as the Bengals made the postseason for the first time since 2015. The team also finished with the most wins since 2014. And last but not least, the men's and women's track and field teams will be competing in the SUNYAC Championships this Friday and Saturday at Cortland. The event will begin on Friday at 2 p.m. and fans can follow along with the results live on buffalostateathletics.com. Thanks for watching us this year, everyone, and for supporting Buffalo State Athletics. That's all for this edition of Bengal Update. I'm Matthew Schaefer. Now let's send it back to Tom Koller in the studio.
Well, thanks, Matt, for our Bengal update. Appreciate that. And we're going to talk a little hockey with Mike DeLaVergne, the outstanding goaltender for the Bengals. And this is one of my favorite segments because, well, I did play a little goal, but learned a long time ago that I was no good at it. So this is going to be fun talking to a goaltender. Mike, it's interesting when I research and look at your career. You're sitting here right now as the Hugh Koller Achievement Award winner for career, and yet your sophomore year, I mean, it looked anything but you were going to sit here, because your sophomore year you tore up a knee.
Yeah.
And so what's happening? What's going through your mind back then when you're laying on the ice and you go, oh boy, what's going on here?
I mean, it was pretty devastating. It's my first sophomore year was really my first season to be a starter here and take over the reins of some great goalies that played before.
Kevin Carr,
yeah,
absolutely.
And, so when that happens, it was more of devastating, like a shock, and if I wouldn't know if my career would ever happen again if that was the end. And it's a long 6 to 8 weeks, but it eventually turned itself around.
What pushes somebody to put that work in to come back? I mean, you could have said, well, you know, time to go to hit the books, and yet you didn't, and here you are sitting here. So, I mean, what was pushing you?
I think it's just that determination. Ever since I was a little kid, my dream was to play college hockey, and here I have had the shot to do that. And a little injury, I mean, maybe 6 to 8 weeks, 10 games maybe, but to me that was huge, and to get back in the net was my biggest priority.
Very good. And you've done well, as we said with Melissa. Let the viewers know, 2-time conference goaltender of the year, 3rd-team All-American this year. Congratulations. 2.23 goals against. You had 6 shutouts. You are a Bengal leader in career save percentage, the leader in career goals against. Just a tremendous career. And so when you look back on your, I'm going to call it 2.5 years, because, you know, Kevin was here your freshman year. You weren't going to see much time there. So you compact everything, including the injury. When you look back on your career, what pops into your head, right? What do you think most of?
The biggest thing to me is the friends I've gained here, is the lifelong friends that I'll never replace those guys for anything.
Yeah.
I know I'll be in touch with them for as long as I can live, hopefully. So.
Yeah. You've had great memories. You've given us great memories. Kind of curious, what are your best memories here at Buffalo State on the ice?
On the ice, achievements. Number one would probably when we beat Oswego this year.
That was great.
The #1 team in the nation, and
yep,
we did our job, and we beat them pretty good, so we were a scary team to watch. Any
particular save or game sticks out for you personally that you kind of go, wow, how did I make that? Or man, that hurt.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those. My knee was one of those. But not in particular, just that was a huge game for us. And going on that little run we went on was incredible.
That was fantastic. Coach Murphy had told me that he always knew no matter what game, whether it was Oswego, Plattsburgh, Potsdam, whoever, that with you in the net, we had a chance to win. You must have known that. I mean, you got the puck every, in the locker room. You knew you were playing. Is that stressful? Do you play off that? Do you feel the pressure of that? What goes through a goaltender's mind?
For me, I kind of feed off that. That's what I want. I want that pressure on me. I want to be that guy that can carry a team, not say carry a team, but if I need to be that guy, I'm going to give my team a chance to win. And it's kind of an honor for him to say that and give that to me. But as a goalie, you really don't look at that as a whole. You look at one shot at a time and one save at a time and just go from there.
Absolutely. You grew up in Paulding, New York. I've lived in New York State my entire life. Never heard of Paulding, New York. Just north of New York City, you said?
Correct.
And here's the road for a hockey player. Unlike any other student athlete, the road for a hockey player is mind-boggling. So you play in Paulding, you do the bantam midget type thing. Then you graduate from high school. You go to Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights and play there for
2 years.
2 years. Hoping to move on, or a college comes by and picks you up, and it happens to be Buffalo State. They recruit you, right?
Yeah.
From Buffalo State, you go to Atlanta in the East Coast Conference to fill in for somebody who's injured. And now you're signed by the Macon Mayhem of the Southern Professional League.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, do you ever kind of say, oh man, I don't know if this is all worth it?
I mean, for me, this, just like I said with college hockey, and when I saw success in college hockey, it was my dream to play professionally. And I mean, everyone growing up as a little kid wants to play professional hockey, and I was lucky to do that this year and next year and hopefully many years to come. So just a childhood dream of mine, and it's finally all coming true.
Little trivia question ended. Do you know what the nickname for Macon was back in the early 2000s?
I have no idea.
It was called the Macon Whoopee. So we're going to end our show and our year of shows on the Makin' Whoopee. I think that is the greatest nickname. Mike, congratulations on a fabulous career and best of luck in the
Thank
future.
you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
That's going to wrap it up for this edition and this season's edition of Bengal Magazine. Thanks to everybody here in Instructional Resources. We'll see you again in September for more Bengal Magazine.